recording video button.
Today's video blog, the 20th of April, is about therapy. Therapy went well today. We talked about introjected personalities. An introjected personality is a personality in a DID system that sounds like your abuser. For those who don't know, I have one in my system called Silas. We also talked about how our mind is rejecting our disability in general, and how that causes a fight in our emotional system. We also talked about our anxiety surrounding our allergy that affects our top lip, called chronic spontaneous angioedema, which we discussed in yesterday's and Saturday's blog. Chronic spontaneous angioedema is an unknown allergy for which we don't know the cause. And basically, the medication that we take for this allergy isn't working. We talked about anxiety around food, anxiety around heat, and how we can't enjoy the same meals as our family because it sets off this allergy. And how the allergy upsets us because we can't enjoy the same food as our family. We talked about how our vision limits us and that we can't enjoy the same activities as everybody else, like going to the cinema without audio description and having to pay extra for the headphones to be able to enjoy the audio description. We named some of our alters and described what they're like in terms of personality. Like Silas being jealous, Anastasia being caring, Elena being just like our mum, Damon being lazy, Klaus being angry, Stefan being miserable.
Viewfinder image. Double tap to focus.
We talked about Silas upsetting someone and feeling guilty for that. We talked about hearing voices and how it affects us when we hear those voices and how it makes us feel upset when we hear them. And how it makes us feel down and depressed and anxious when we hear the voices. And then it makes us feel critical of ourselves when the voices come out. Dr. Brown said that life can be very unfair to us sometimes, and that when life is unfair, we need to learn how to challenge it. The voices tell us that we're weak, that we don't deserve to be here. When we hear those voices, we need to learn to challenge them with positivity. But it's very difficult to do this because of the conditions that we have: borderline personality disorder and dissociative identity disorder, plus PTSD and anxiety and paranoia. This is why we went into therapy in the first place, to get help to deal with those conditions and to learn to deal with the voices. It's very hard to go into therapy because some people don't realise that they need help. Some people are in denial about needing help. We plucked up the courage to say that we needed the help. because the voices were bothering us that much that we couldn't control them. They were ruining our lives. Another thing that we talked about was the purple lights that we keep seeing. We think the purple lights are part of our inner world. Our altars are blind, but we think that the purple lights are a symbol that the altars believe that they can see. We also think that they're part of the fact that we get migraines. We also believe that they could be a hallucination as part of another disorder, the borderline personality disorder. We're not entirely sure what the purple lights are, but part of us think that the altars believe that they can see. We're not entirely sure. But the answer that Dr. Brown gave us was that it could be possible. Anything could be possible. In this case. But he also said that the purple lights could be a signal of a flashback to do with PTSD. Because one of the things, when the incident happened, the room was purple. The main thing we discussed were the altars. Because on Saturday, Anastasia came out and sung this song to us when we were distressed in a situation. Oh, customers in Boff, listen to the warning Akil, he said. Prepare the stress that gathered us here. Don't listen to Smodver. He asked us to describe what the song meant. And it means, oh, customers in Tesco, listen to the warning Akil, he said. Akil is a member of staff. Prepare the stress that gathered us here. That's obvious. Don't listen to Smodver. Smodver is a bully. She could mean anyone. But in this case it meant Charlotte. That is the end of our video blog.
Stop recording.